Hello and welcome. I'm Sydney, and today we're going to move through a quick 30-minute gentle flow that's great for opening up the hips and the shoulders. We're going to get started in a seated meditation, so find your way into a comfortable seat and let's go on and close our eyes. You can choose to use a hand mudra here to help ground into your physical body by touching the tip of the ring finger and the tip of the thumb. Notice any subtle energy changes in your body. So let's start today by focusing on our breath, bringing our attention to the top of the chest, feeling that rise and fall action as we breathe in oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. Continue following the pace of your breath, noticing any thoughts or feelings that are arising, and let them go. Let's go on and exhale out all of our air here, every last drop. And then on the inhale, bring your arms up above the head, fill up the belly, and then as you exhale, bring your palms to your heart center. Take a deep breath here, and then release the hands on either side of the body. Begin to move your neck from side to side, bringing your right ear to the right shoulder, and then alternating and bringing the left ear to the left shoulder. Maybe you start to make circles with the neck, rocking it back and forth from one shoulder to the next. Finding something that feels good for you. Coming back to neutral, let's go on and lift that left arm up overhead and bringing the hand just above the right ear, and go on and tilt the head towards the left shoulder, feeling that stretch in the right side of the neck. Deep breaths here. Notice any sensations that are showing up in your body. See if you could acknowledge those sensations without passing any judgment on them. Just allowing yourself to be present in this moment. Deep breath here, and then as you exhale, release your hand back onto the mat. Let's go on and move to the other side, bringing the right hand to the upper part of the left ear, and then just gently tilting it to the right side. Feeling that nice stretch in the left side of the neck. Keep breathing here. Try and lengthen the breaths, softening the body with each inhale and each exhale. Let's go on and take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, release the hand back onto the mat. This time we're going to go for a twist. So let's go on and take that left hand in back of us. Right hand comes to the left knee. And then go on and breathe in and twist towards the back of the room as you exhale. Finding a nice gentle twist in the mid region of the spine. And then exhale, come back to center. Let's do it with the other side. Right hand comes in back of you. Left hand comes onto the right knee. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, stretch towards the back of the room. And then let's go on and rotate our bodies back to center. From here, we're going to move into a seated cat-cow. So go on and place your hands on your knees. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, go on and round the spine like a spoon. Inhale, send the gaze up, arch the spine, open the chest, And then exhale to round the spine again. And we're going to move through this with the pace of our own breath. Inhaling to arch the spine and exhaling to round. Let's go on and meet back in neutral. And we're going to move into a fire log position, or what some people refer to as double pigeon. So what we're going to do here is we're going to place the left ankle on top of the right knee, and the right ankle is going to go under the left knee. If you have a lot of space between the ankle and the knee, you can go on and take a pillow or a blanket or a block and place that there to add a little bit of support. If this is enough for you right here, go on and stay here and focus on your breath. If you'd like to take it a little bit deeper, go on and take a big inhale here, raise your arms up towards the sky, and then exhale and release the hands onto the mat in front of you. Your first thought in this pose may be, wow, my hips are so tight. And I know I'm feeling that right now too. So let's go on and take a big breath here. And as you exhale, just try and soften the glutes, soften the hips, soften all the muscles around the hip joint. And just picture yourself melting down toward the earth, releasing all this tension that we hold in our hip sockets. Deep breaths here. Continue to keep your focus on that steady flow of breath, moving in and out the nose, using the breath to soften as you go. Let's take one more deep breath here, filling up the back of the heart, back of the lungs, and then exhale and let it all out. On the inhale, let's go in and raise back up to a seated position and unravel the legs, maybe shake them out. Might be feeling a little tight or tingly. And then let's go on and switch sides now. This time the left ankle is on the mat and the right ankle is on top of the left knee. If you stayed in a seated position in the last side, go on and stay here. Or if you'd like to, you can go on a little bit deeper. So let's go on and take a big inhale here. Arms come up overhead. And then exhale and fold over. Try and find some stillness here. Deep breaths. Breathing deeply into the back body, into the hips, softening the glutes, softening the muscles around the hips. Continuing to use our breath as a tool. We're going to be here for a bit, like the last side. So keep focusing on your breath, noticing when thoughts are coming by and just letting them go. No judgment here, guys. We're just practicing. Let's go in and take a deep breath together here. Go in and fill up the back of the heart, the back of the lungs. Feel the belly drop towards the mat. And then go on and exhale it all out. Open the mouth, maybe let out a sigh or an ah. Just let out all those tensions. A few more deep breaths here. Keep focusing on just being present in this moment. Last breath here, and then start to push your way back up into a seated position. Unravel the legs, maybe shake them out. Notice if your hips are feeling differently than they did before. And now with your left leg extended forward, go on and bring your right sole of the foot into the inner left thigh. Place your left hand just below the knee, and then go on and reach your right hand up towards the sky, and then extend it over the left leg, moving into a side stretch in the right side. So you're going to want to feel this right under the armpit, maybe in the rib region. Breathe deeply into that right lung, the right kidney. Feel the breath travel up the hip and through the fingers of the right hand. Keep focusing on your breath here. Keep breathing. And then as you exhale, move back to center and switch sides. Inhale and reach your arms up towards the sky, and then let your right hand fall on the right side of the foot, letting the left arm extend above the head. Breathe deep into that left side, opening up the left lung, breathing deeply into the left kidney region. Feeling that nice side stretch. Let's take one more deep inhale here. And as you exhale, let's come back to center. From here, we're going to move into a butterfly pose. So let's go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together. Hands on your ankles. Deep breath here. Open up the front of the chest. And then bring the hands up overhead. And then as you exhale, release the hands onto the mat in front of you, coming into a fold over your butterfly. Try to keep the heart open in this position rather than crunching over your feet. We want to keep a nice long back here. Deep breaths. And now let's come onto our fingers, and we're going to move to the left side, opening up that right side body. Lots of side stretches here, guys. Breathing deep into that right lung. And then coming back up onto the fingertips, let's go in and move to the right side this time, opening up that left side body. Nice deep breath here, and then open the mouth and exhale. Great work. Allow yourself to notice without judgment if this side feels maybe a little bit different than the other. And know that's perfectly okay. Deep breath as we come back onto our fingertips and move back to center. Inhaling and pushing ourselves up into a seated position. Unravel the legs, maybe shake them out, sending them in front of you. Maybe give yourself a massage because you're working hard. You deserve it. Taking our time here, let's go on and come onto our knees, bringing our big toes to touch underneath the tailbone. We're going to make our way into a child's pose. So if you need, you can add a little space between the knees here by extending them towards either side of the mat. Or you can keep them together to add a little support for your belly. Go on and inhale, raise the hands up above your head. And then as you exhale, let the palms come down onto the mat in front of you. If your shoulders are a little sensitive today, you can go on and bring your hands towards the back side of the mat. Or you can keep your hands forward, pressing down into the mat below you. Start to connect in with the breath here. Feeling the back of the heart expand on the inhale, and then feeling the belly drop down towards the mat on the exhale. Feel this connection inside of you, and know that in any time during your practice of yoga, you can always come back to this child's pose to connect back in with your breath. Start to bring awareness between the palms and the mat below you. And then begin to push yourself up into a tabletop position. Wrists under shoulders and knees in line with hips. We're going to do a few cat-cows here. So inhale, raise the gaze and drop the belly. And exhale, round the spine like a spoon. Inhale to raise the gaze, drop the belly, and arch the back. And then exhale to round the spine. One more time. Then exhale to round. Great work, everyone. Let's make our way back to neutral. Tuck the toes. Press into the palms and send your tailbone up towards the sky, keeping a micro bend in the knee, maybe even pedaling out the knees. And then just taking a second here to check our alignment, checking to see if the feet are hips width distance apart, the hands or shoulders width distance apart. Take a deep breath here. Go on and bend the knees. Send your gaze towards your hands and then walk or float towards the front of the mat. Release your head towards the mat, coming into a forward fold position. Maybe pedal out the knees here or leave a micro bend in your knee just to release those hamstrings. And if you paddle out your feet, maybe you move your body from side to side, just finding movement that feels good for you. We're going to move through a quick flow here. So go on and press down into the hands and move into plank position. Lower down onto the knees, untuck the toes, and then start to lower down onto the belly, keeping the elbows in line with the ribs here. Untuck the toes and bring the palms to frame the face. We're going to come into a baby cobra here. So on the inhale, go in and push up with the chest using the core, and then exhale and release your head back towards the mat. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach up with the chest, not with the arms, using the core, and then exhale, release back onto the mat below you. Tuck the toes, and using the knees, go in and push yourself up and back into a child's pose. Big breath here. And then as you exhale, tuck the toes and move back into a downward facing dog. On the inhale, go on and raise that right leg up towards the sky, and then exhale and step it through the hands, letting the left knee fall onto the mat below you and coming into a low lunge. Go on and heel toe that right foot towards the right side of the mat to make our way into a lizard pose. From here, you can come onto your forearms, or you can stay as you are now, finding whatever feels good for you. We're going to be here for a minute or two, so go on and let your breath be the guide here. See if you can connect in with your breath. See if you can soften the hips, soften any of those tensions, those grippings on the bones, and let them go. If you'd like a little bit of a hip opener here, go on and come onto your palms, bringing your right hand onto your right knee, and then just gently push your knee to the right side, moving on to the pinky side edge of the foot. There, go on and put the hands back onto the mat, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then move through your vinyasa flow, lowering the knees, untucking the toes, coming down onto the belly, framing the face with the palms. Big inhale here. Push up with the chest, with the core. Engage those back muscles. And then exhale and release the head back onto the mat. Let's do that one more time. Big inhale here. Chest raises up towards the sky. Gaze comes just parallel with the mat. And then exhale and release. Tuck the toes, push yourself up and back into a child's pose, coming back into the breath. Now let's do that one more time. Tuck the toes and send your hips up and back, moving back into a downward dog. Maybe pedal out the feet here, add a little bit of movement. We're going to go on and do that lizard pose on the left side now. So go on and raise that left leg up towards the sky and step it through the hands. Lower the right knee onto the mat, untuck the toes, and then heel toe that left foot towards the left side of the mat. You can lower down onto your forearms here if you'd like, but really just, find your sweet spot. That sticky spot for you where it's just enough. Keep breathing here, big deep breaths. Breathing into that hip joint, letting it open up. And then if you did this on the other side, go on and roll that left leg open, bringing your left hand onto the left knee and rolling onto the left pinky side edge of the toes. And then come back to center, place your palms into the mat, tuck the toes, send the feet back, and move through your vinyasa flow, lowering down onto your belly, untucking the toes, framing the face with your palms. Big inhale here, and then raise your chest up towards the sky, baby cobra, and exhale and release. One more time. Big inhale here. Raise your chest up towards the sky, engage the back muscles, and exhale, release. Go on and push up, tuck those back toes under, and send the hips back into a child pose. Great work, everyone. All right, last few poses, guys. Let's meet in a tabletop position. Tuck the back toes, send the hips up and back, moving into a downward dog. You can add a little bit of movement here if you'd like. But what we're going to do is we're going to send our gaze towards the front of the palms and then bend the knees and step towards the front of the mat, coming back into a forward fold. Release the crown, release the neck. Maybe add fluidity in your knees if you'd like. Movement is always welcome. And just let yourself relax into this last forward fold of your practice. You grab either elbow just to add a little bit more gravity, or maybe you interlace your hands behind your back to open up the shoulders. Wherever you are, just finding what feels good for you. Wherever you are, go on and release your hands down onto the mat below you. Send the feet back and move through your last vinyasa flow, coming down onto the belly, framing the face with the hands, untucking the toes. Last Cobra, so let's make it count. On the inhale, go on and raise the chest up towards the sky, and then exhale and release it back down towards the mat. One more time. Big inhale here. Raise the chest up towards the sky. And then exhale and release. Tuck the toes. Push yourself up and back, coming into a child's pose. If you'd like to finish your practice today in a child's pose, you're welcome to stay here. Or if you'd like, you can come up onto your hands and your knees and come into a seated meditation. Once you're here, let's go on and take a deep breath in, filling up the belly and then filling up the chest. And then go on and bring the palms to heart center. Taking a second here to thank yourself for all the hard work that you did today in class. Thank yourself for showing up on your mat today and doing this practice with me. If you enjoyed this video today, go on and give me a like or subscribe to my channel for more free yoga. And until next time, my friends, namaste.